أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is indeed the greatest. There is no God but He. He is the greatest. To Him belong all praises. He is immensely the greatest. The commending praise is all for Him indeed. To Him be the glory in the morning and evening. There could be no God besides Him, and we shall never worship but He alone. For He, we have to make our religion so sincerely for Him. Even if the believers dislike that aspect from us. I testify that there is no God but Allah alone. He has no partner. I also testify that Muhammad, the servant of Allah and messenger of Allah. May Allah bestow much of His benediction and peace upon the Prophet, his household, and all of his companions. My dear brothers and sisters, join me to say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We accord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all that He deserves from us. He has facilitated the performance of this salat, not due to our own power, but only with His own permission. Notwithstanding all challenges facing Nigerians today, if the cause could not be observed in many mosques, and even the sittings dedicated for learning are shrinking in most places during the month of Ramadan. Our appreciation therefore goes to all who have been benevolently spending in cash or kind to make sure that Muslim affairs are moving ahead. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless them. And then, my Muslim brothers and sisters, for you and I to prosper, we have to avoid any act of insolence or showing off. Eye service is not accepted in our religion. In Surah Al-Anfal, Quran chapter 8, verse 47, the Almighty says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولا تكونوا كالذين خرجوا من ديارهم بطرا ورئاء الناس ويصدون عن سبيل الله والله بما يعملون محيط. That you should not be like those people who have come forth from their homes in great exaltation of themselves, and they are showing off, displaying eye service. What is not in their hearts is what they are displaying for others to see, while in the true sense of their behaviors, they themselves are not interested in Islam. They turn away from the way of Allah. They are opposed to whatever Allah has dedicated and prescribed. And Allah comprehends and knows all that they do. Therefore, I enjoin on you to always exercise patience and to make sure that you continue to acquire useful knowledge and that you adhere to the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in all of your undertakings. This is the premises of Masjid Al-Huda. As the chairman of the management in this masjid has rightly told you, we need to fence the perimeter of this place for security purpose. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Wallahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahi alhamd. My brothers and sisters, let it be known that your country still encounters misgivings about a nationwide instability everywhere, in spite of efforts being made by those in charge of our security. But they are also human beings and the products of the same society. You are therefore enjoined upon to cooperate among yourselves on security matters and also on the upbringing of your children who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. Everybody should discharge his own responsibility. We must all adjust where adjustment is needed, so that when Allah see that we are sincere and honest to ourselves, He will have mercy upon us. May Allah have mercy upon us. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd. You have come here to perform the Salat of Eidel Fitri. Before coming, you have eaten something to show Allah that indeed the fasting of Ramadan has ended. Eidel Fitri is one of the 3 festivals in our religion. Jumat Day is the first festival. Then Eidul Adha is another festival. And this one that we are celebrating, Eidel Fitri, is number 3 festival. That is why you have all come out en masse, celebrating the graces of Allah. You came to the praying ground and observed your Salat with the Imam in conformity with the Hadith of Umatiyya Nusaybatu binti Ka'ab radiyallahu ta'ala anha, who said about women that they are being commanded by the Prophet to make sure that the women who are menstruating also attend Jumu'ah, also attend Eid. Also, those young girls who are very shy to mix up with people should also come to witness the Eid and witness the gathering and join all others in saying Ameen to the dua. The only difference is that those who are menstruating will have to set aside as they did today, so that they will not participate in the observance of the Salat, which is a taboo for any lady in blood. Someone even asked the Prophet, what if any of us is not having any garment to put on? The Prophet ﷺ replied her saying, such should be held by one of her sisters by giving her what to put on. That is one of the signs of cooperation among Muslims. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Walillahil hamd. What we could understand from the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-A'la, Quran chapter 87, verses 14th and 15th, when he says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى, is that he has prospered anyone who purifies himself and after that mentions the name of his Lord and to pray, that is observe Salat-Ul-Fitri. A successful person, a prosperous Muslim, is he that has given out Zakatul-Fitri before this Salat to exonerate himself and herself from all mistakes that he or she might have committed, and to free himself and herself from obscenity. Giving it out before Salat is what is recommended. One soul of food being consumed in the locality, so that such can be used in feeding the needy people. The person giving it out is appreciating Allah for sparing his life. Because many people started Ramadan with us, today they are in their graves. Even there are some people who finished the fasting of Ramadan with us, but they died. When their own relatives went to observe Salat, they were grieved. Because after Salat, they are rushing to graveyards to go and bury their deceased ones. We are meant Allah forgive all our deceased people. And we are still living. We are meant Allah enable us to always do what is right when we are still living. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Walillahil hamd. My brothers and sisters, anyone who has not given out his own Zakatul-Fitri before Salat and is here with us should get out of the masjid, look for food items and give it out to anyone he can see. He must immediately give it out to those deserving it as beneficiaries. Or he can give it to another person to help him give it to those in need. Once he gives it out, his own intention is not intact. Whether that one is immediately given by his representative to those deserving or not, that one does not concern him again. because إنما الأعمال بالنيات. There are some schools of jurisprudence saying that you can give out Zakat-ul-Fitr in monetary value by knowing the value of sum of any particular food item according to the market prices. This is so because failure to give out Zakat-ul-Fitr before people will all depart from this place will render your own alm as an ordinary sadaqah and not Zakat-ul-Fitr. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Wallahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. My brothers and sisters, appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Appreciate him much. And do not say, I have done what he has me to do, and he must compulsorily accept from me. Rather, you are to call on him so humbly and with fear that you don't know whether all that you did in the course of Ramadan or what you even did here today with us all are being accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our assembly here should remind us of the necessity to abide by the rules of our religion. Those found in Quran and those found in Sunnah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who prescribed the fasting of Ramadan upon you. But his messenger, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, has made it a tradition that after the passage of Ramadan, you must back your fasting of Ramadan up with extra 6 days from the month of Shawwal, which we are starting today. Today is the first day of Shawwal, the month number 10 in the Hijri calendar, while Ramadan is the month number 9 in the Hijri calendar. 6 days of Shawwal is Sunnah. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us, Man sama Ramadan, thumma atba'ahu bi sittin min Shawwal kana kasawmi dahr. That anyone who has observed Ramadan in fasting and then follows it with 6 days as an extra devotion from the month of Shawwal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will consider that one as a lifespan fasting when he will be compensating him. Because if that person is regular at this every year till he dies, then the reward of observing fasting throughout his life will be written for him. Even though Islam does not allow you to fast all this. Prophet Muhammad said that if you want to always be fasting, then fast the way Prophet Dawood used to fast. He used to fast a day and then rest for a day. This is the religion of all this. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. adding 6 days to the 30 days of Ramadan will actually give you 360 rewards. How? 30 plus 6 is simply what? 36. Multiply that one by 10, you have 360, which is the number of the days in a complete calendar year. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd. I hereby enjoin on you and upon myself to draw our lowly selves closer to our Creator, who made it possible for us to be part of the people who would observe today's Eidel Fitri Salat. Let us continue to do more righteous deeds. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be merciful to us in Nigeria. Ask Him to forgive us and to enable us to adjust where adjustment is necessary. Ask Him to liberate our necks totally from the hellfire. We have to humble ourselves before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and beg Him to remove the calamities troubling the whole world and not Nigeria only. We have to ask Him to bestow security and stability on our own country and also on the countries of all Muslims wherever they may be. May Almighty Allah shatter the power of those who are terrorizing us. May Almighty Allah break their backbones. Only Almighty Allah can help us against them. They are creating havoc all over the cities. And for this, we are asking Almighty Allah to come to our help. And that is why I've been telling you that each and every parent should make sure that he gives sound education to his children. Education together with morals. Because as you know, not all terrorists are unlettered. Even, I can assure you that many of them are literate. Many of them are literate because you find major generals among them, you find doctors among them, you find nurses among them, you find professors among them, just as you also find artisans. May Almighty Allah help us to abide by the beautiful teachings of our religion. Allahumma a'izz al-Islam wal-Muslimin wa adhill ash-shirka wal-mushrikeen wa dammir a'da' ad-din wa ahmi hawzata dinik din at-tawhid. Allahumma kama yassarta lana siyama Ramadan wa qiyamah thumma sahalta lana salata al-Eid faj'al du'iyatan min an-nas wa ta'asama qawlaha وكل البلاد وجميع مدن نيجيريا آمنة مطمئنة. اللهم أصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا. اللهم أمن المسلمين في هذه البلاد وفي سائر الأوطان وانصرنا بالحق وانصر الحق بنا رب العالمين. اللهم ربنا لا تدع لنا في مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة هي لك رضا ولا فيها صلاة إلا قضيت بها لنا ويسرتها ثم باركت فيها لنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم ربنا ارحم جميع موتانا المسلمين الذين شهدوا لك بالوحدانية ولنبيك بالرسالة. اللهم اختم لنا بخير، اجعل كلمة الشهادة آخر كلامنا. اللهم لا تجعل فينا ولا منا ولا معنا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم ربنا افرج علينا صبرا وثبت اقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا هب لنا من ازواجنا وذرياتنا قرة اعين واجعلنا للمتقين اماما. اللهم من احبنا فيك فاحبه ومن ارادنا بسوء فاجبره في نحره. اللهم انا نجعلك في نحور الكافرين والمنافقين. اللهم لا تجعل لهم علينا سبيلا. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وسبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. وسبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. عيد مبارك، تقبل الله منا ومنكم وعاد علينا العيد أعواما عديدة بمنه وكرمه، إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه، ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم.